Okay, guys, I'm short the NASDAQ here, and I'm going to show you why. So buy stop, we've got to sell. Stop losses in. All right, MNQ micro. All right, we've got a new signal right here. The signals have been pretty good. Yeah, even though that's overextended here, I don't mind what I'm seeing. We've got another signal here. We are under VWAP. All of these VWAPs here. Okay, so we will run with it. Okay, see the blue, the purple, and the white. Yeah, we did have a push up earlier. Took that trade and closed it, but now we are looking at this setup here. So see how we go with that. Oh yeah, in Trader we've got strong bearish cumulative delta you can see here. So that's dropped under. This is a double bottom on the candles, but cumulative delta has given us a lower low. That's a bearish divergence. Getting more signals coming in. What are they all about? Euro dollar. Yeah, I was looking to short the euro dollar at the same time. Now, the other thing we need to keep an eye on is the VIX. Yeah, if that drops, well, it's pushed up. So we need to keep an eye on this, because if this drops, that would be bullish for the NAS. So this has been a little bit wonky today. Yeah, I'm a little bit cautious with this trade at the moment, but see how we go. I'm just going to manual close at the moment. That's pushing up, so that's negative sell market. It's got to keep an eye on that NAS, the VIX. So cumulative delta's really dropping, so that's a bonus. Yeah, this is trading back down to this VWAP level. It's under volume profile. VWAPs are leaning south, so we'll see how we go. Oh, we've got a stop loss. Better do that. So it's a sell, so we need a buy stop. Yeah, that's pushing up, so that's good for us. Good for this trade. Holding above VWAP. Okay, so let's go back to our MNQ and see how we go. I like this alert here. They've usually been pretty good. We get a little bit out of them. Well, that one was okay. I didn't take that. I took this blue one. All right. Keep an eye on that delta. Yeah, I mean, head and shoulders, everything's kind of leaning bearish. We'll see how we go. Yeah, I mean, the higher time frame was bearish, and I'm just hoping that now this is the pullback, run on stops, and then we see more downside. Just have a look at 15 minute, 1H. Yeah, 1H is pretty bearish, no doubt. That thing is with this though, yeah, I'm not entirely convinced, but that's definitely bearish price action. We've had a little bit of a pullback, so now I'm hoping that this continues down to this level down over here. So let's see how we go. Anchored volume profile. Yeah, well, that's our level that we're potentially targeting down in here. This level here. That, my target area. So let's just go back to our lower time frame. See what's happening. Yeah, we've got another bearish signal here. So what's going on here with this red signal? See the cluster of these red levels? So that's a bearish breakout of all of these previous POC levels. So trend continuation, expansion, retrace, right, and now hopefully continuation. So we just got to be patient. Fixed range volume profile model. I just pull it through here. Yeah, so we really want to see we've broken under the POC here now. So we just need that, a little bit of movement, and then pull back, retest for confirmation. And on the this bigger volume profile, see down here we've got these nodes. See the high of these nodes. All right, so that's the value area high of this particular range. So I'm hoping that we see price discovery down to this blue level. I'll mark that blue. Oh, forget it. Right, that's fine. White level. So that's my target area. Oh yeah, we've also got, we've got these levels here as well. So yeah, it might be a bit adventurous if I'm looking for that at this point in time. But No, dollar value wise, that's, well, 100, that's $50 in dollar value down to this level. So that will be interesting. Here we go, look. Okay, so we just take these signals, guys, look. Especially two of them, well, these two didn't work out so well. That was short-lived. All right, but what I'd like to do at this point now is pull my stop loss to break even, and so we've got a risk-free setup. And let's see if we, and I mean, this thing can really tear through the Asian session. Now we're risk-free. Don't be greedy. Just be prepared to take your money out. But that, at the moment, is looking kind of nice. What are we up? Yeah, okay, well, we'll see how we go. Stop loss at break even might be a problem, but we'll see. Sometimes you get away with it, like on this, usually on this second run, it'll really take off. Look, there's another signal coming in. And it doesn't come back, doesn't pull back into your stop loss, and that's what I'm hoping. That happens regularly. So I'd rather be risk-free with it, and if it pulls back into it, I can look to open a new one. Here's our first target. All right, I'm gonna, yeah, okay, that's that. Don't be afraid to take your money and run. Looking good. Yeah, really got some momentum behind it. That's nice. Look at that. Okay. Just keep an eye on the cumulative delta. I'm just going to get ready to bail on this. Just watching the dollar value down the bottom there. All right, 40. 35 would have to be my limit. Oh, 36, 37. Come on. Just watching that down the bottom, and then I can just hit this really quickly. Yeah, it's got some momentum. You know what I'm going to do? I'm just going to call it quits on that. Just hold back a little bit. You know, I think it's a good idea to take bite-sized chunks and don't be greedy. You know, if you're waiting for that, big move, most likely it'll come back and take your stop loss out. See, I could have closed $40, and then there's another entry. So that's what I'm talking about. All right, so that's support down here. So let's just see if we get a bit more movement, and I'll look to take money off the table possibly. Just watching the dollar value down the bottom. Yeah. Well, actually, look, see this VWAP. This is encouraging. It's coming back to retest that. The algos will work around these VWAP levels, so we might be all right. And, we're under volume profile, so that's the thing, you break out a volume profile, break under VWAP, they're starting to lean down. So this is pretty interesting. Yeah, maybe. All right, hang in there. See how we go. But again, that could have been money off the table and then another entry back up in there. Just keep an eye on that cumulative delta. It's pulling back a little bit here. So I'm going to look to exit. Okay, $30 is my threshold. Looking at the bottom left. 32, 31, done, closed. All right. So that's $30. So what I'm looking for now is for this to pull back and give me another entry. So that's my exit point. All right, there's a pullback. Exit. 1 minute time frame. Okay, we're pulling back. Now look, I don't mind jumping in again. But I'd like to see it pull right back, or we get another signal. The other thing you can do with this is grab anchored VWAP, throw it on the bottom, throw it on the high, and you've got this VWAP pinch. So when it breaks the VWAP below, you could look to get involved. The only thing with this, guys, look, see this level here? It is a big level, so I'm just a little bit cautious because that could really pull back. Anyway, look, that's scalping. It's probably going to hang here for a little bit now, and we could get movement up and down. You know what I'd like to see? I'd like to see this high, low, pull back up into, retest this volume profile, so somewhere up in here, and then look to short it. That would be a good entry point. I'm going to place an alert right there, right at the low here. The other thing you can look for, see, we've got a thin candle here, so pull back into this thin candle. Let's just throw an alert on that. Going to make it noisy. Knock, knock. Apply. Create. Yeah, it's got momentum. Okay, Cumulative delta is important. It's still heading up at the moment. Anyway, that's how you can use these signals. I mean, look at that. And this one here, I took that trade today on that buy signal. That would have been a nice one. Yeah, I mean, yep. Now, the other thing you need to be mindful of is these blue lines. This is the high and the low of this value area. So you've got the value area high and the value area low, these dashed lines. So this could be just range bound through this value area. And if it trades down to this base, you could look to fade it back up into value, up into here. So that's important too. Anchored volume profile. Look, I'll show you what I'm talking about. Let's chuck it back in there. Let's take that one off. Whoops. Oh, we'll leave it on there. Yeah. See, you got the high and the low, these blue lines. So that's another strategy. Like you just trade the, okay, bounced off here, trade it up, bounces off here, trades down, and that could pull back into point of control. So you could look for two things here. If I'm going to get short, it's going to have to be the break under value here, under this value area low. I don't want to short it here, to be honest. Just let it trade under there and come back and retest that. So that would be a thing. See, while it's so close to this level, okay, you want to be really careful with that because it could come down here and retest that, or test this low and then bounce straight back off it. The other thing you can do is keep an eye on the candle colors. So if green turns red, you sell. If red turns green, right? So you can actually keep an eye on that. And the other thing oh look, there's another sell signal, but I don't want to sell into this level. It's flashing on and off. That's telling you there's a condition being met, like it's breaking under. But you've just got to use a bit of common sense. Like that's a big support zone, right? There'll be stops under here, and if it hits those stops, a pullback would be the thing, right? So you just got to watch out for that. I'm thinking it pulls back, fades back up into here. And also keep an eye on the VIX. All right, so that's rallied. That's going to be, well, that breakout's great for what we want in terms of the NASDAQ, a NASDAQ short. So just keep an eye on that VIX. It's broken bullish. Okay, that's strong, but that'll pull back and then continue. So the NAS will do the same, right? That's bullish for gold. There you go. Back to the NAS. Gold, like in terms of gold futures, a small movement in gold can cost you a lot of money if it goes the wrong way and can blow your account. So that's why I prefer MNQ. It's so easy and it trends really well. It's my favorite instrument to trade. S&P, like the tick value is expensive. Gold, the tick value is expensive. MNQ is the least expensive in terms of dollar per tick or points, whatever. Yeah, I mean, it's just really good to trade this thing. Yeah, so you can see what's happening down here now. It's found support. All right, that's a bit of a thing. So the way that you could get involved with that, yeah, well, we just wait. If it breaks under here and then retests that, that's a good sign for us. You could, I mean, look, it's high risk if you took that short, but it could probably work out. Look at that. There you go. Yeah, we've got definitely bearish momentum kicking in all these red here, but I wanted to pull back and retest that. So here's the thing, right? Now we're breaking. Just got to be patient, guys. You just got to let it move and then come back. Anyway, look, I'm going to wrap it up, but that's scalping NASDAQ using our indicators. Oh, look, see, now if you took that signal when it fired, that's already, like in terms of dollar value, you're looking at, well, that's about a $20. If you measure this 100, it's worth 50. Okay, so that's worth $50 in dollar value. the equivalent in gold would be worth $100. Look, it's moving. Look at that. Okay, that's a bearish break of the, yeah. Oh, look at it. Look how far it's moved. So see that? Look. Okay, we're right down there now. You know, it could have worked if you'd have shorted that. Yeah, that's nearly 1R. Well, depending on your stop loss, right? But that's a nice move. Now we're down around, that'll be a $40 gain at that point. All right. So here's the thing. We've traded under. Now what I'm looking for is the pullback retest under this low here. So we'll just let that expand and then come back. And then that'll be target 1 and it'll be target 2. So let's see how we go. I'll wrap it up, guys. It's lunchtime and I've reached saturation point, but that's how you can trade the NAS. Okay, with that, have a great day and I'll see you in the next one.